Good morning, my name is Matthew Hugo from Weather Commerce, and this is this morning's weather briefing on Friday the 18th of February. Today's weather brief will cover a summary on the West European 5-day average temperatures, the UK, Europe, Scandinavian precipitation, and finally global weather alerts. Firstly, taking a look at the 5-day average temperatures across Europe, and within the 11 to 15 day time frame, temperatures are forecast to remain below climate averages across many central and eastern areas of Europe, including Switzerland, Germany, Austria and Poland. Yet further west, temperatures are forecast to be near, if not just slightly below, climate averages. Within the 6 to 10 day time frame, the trend continues for many central and eastern areas of Europe to remain cold with well below climate average temperatures. Yet further west, somewhat milder conditions are expected with temperatures near or just slightly below climate norms. A similar trend is also expected for the next 2 to 5 days, with many eastern and central areas of Europe remaining cold, yet further west, temperatures are generally near, if not just slightly below climate averages. And now taking a look at the United Kingdom in some more detail, and over the next 5 to 7 days, confidence levels are medium or medium to high given model consistency, with temperatures to be near, if not just slightly below climate averages. As ever, the solid red line on the graph is what I expect the temperatures to be throughout the forecast period. The following weather chart for Monday the 21st of February helps to illustrate why temperatures are forecast to be near to climate averages, as a relatively mild south or southwesterly air mass dominates across the UK. It should be noted that throughout the forecast period there is quite a large variation and divergence between the forecast models. Some of the GFS deterministic, for example, take temperatures to at least 2 or 3 degrees above climate averages, yet some of the more recent ECMWF deterministic runs have temperatures at least 2 or 3 degrees below climate averages. Given this information, I have medium confidence at best with regard to the temperatures during the final few days of February and into early March, and that trend is for temperatures to continue to be near, if not just slightly below, climate averages. There is some good model consistency, however, between the GFS and the ECMWF ensembles, and I feel those two models in particular have a good handling on the situation. Also taking a look at the latest ECMWF 32-day temperature forecast for the UK, as represented by the solid red line, you'll see over the next week or so temperatures are forecast to be near climate averages. However, as March progresses, there is a signal for temperatures to be generally around 1 or 2 degrees below climate averages. I've also overlaid some of the latest Metro forecast model runs, and as you can see, there is some model agreement for temperatures to be near climate averages initially, before then dropping and becoming slightly below climate averages into the opening week of March. And now taking a look at European temperatures over the next 14 to 15 days, and starting with the 11 to 15 day time frame, there has been little change from the last few days, with a continued signal from many central and eastern areas of Europe, including Switzerland, Germany, Austria and Poland, to have temperatures well below climate averages by at least 6 or 7 degrees, as a very cold air mass filters westwards from more northern and northeastern areas of Europe. In contrast, temperatures are forecast to be near, if not just slightly below climate averages across western areas of Europe, including the UK and France and Spain. The following weather chart from Monday the 28th of February helps to illustrate the overall synoptic situation, with a large area of high pressure dominate across more western areas of Russia, and as a result a cold east or northeasterly air mass continues to filter very cold conditions across more eastern and also central areas of Europe. And now looking at the 6 to 10 day time frame, and once again there has generally been little change from the last few days, with a continued signal for very cold conditions with well below climate average temperatures to maintain themselves across central and eastern areas of Europe, whilst a milder west or southwesterly air mass brings near, if not just slightly below climate average temperatures across more western areas of Europe. The latest daily mean temperatures across Spain, for example, help to illustrate this situation better, with good forecast model agreement for temperatures to be generally near a climate average of around 9 or 10 degrees Celsius throughout the majority of the forecast period. And this temperature prediction is quite representative of other western areas of Europe as well. And finally, within the short term, over the next 2 to 5 days, a similar temperature pattern continues, with temperatures generally below climate averages across more central and eastern areas of Europe, whilst further west temperatures remain near, if not just slightly below climate averages. And now taking a look at the precipitation forecast across Scandinavia. And over the next 7 to 10 days or so, precipitation totals are forecast to be near, if not slightly below, climate averages, particularly across Finland, where less than 50% of normal precipitation totals are possible. Yet in contrast, generally near or perhaps up to 150% of normal totals are possible across parts of Sweden. Within the longer term, during the final few days of February and into the opening week of March, there is a growing signal for precipitation totals to reach 80 to 100 millimetres across some western northwestern areas of Norway, which is generally above climate averages. In contrast, the remainder of Norway and also Sweden and Finland are forecast to have precipitation totals generally near, if not perhaps just slightly below, climate norms. And now taking a look at global weather alerts which highlight significant deviations from normal. And the rather concerning trend continues today for precipitation totals to perhaps reach 150 to 200 millimetres across many western areas of Australia over the next 7 to 14 days, which is well above climate averages, leading to the potential risk of some flooding. In contrast, well below average precipitation totals are forecast across many northern and eastern areas of China over the next 7 to 10 days in particular. High pressure is forecast to be influential, and as a result, less than 25% of normal precipitation totals are expected. And finally, the trend continues today for many western areas of the United States to experience some significant winter weather over the next 7 to 10 days, but also potentially lasting into the early part of March as well. Temperatures are forecast to be at least 8 to 10 degrees below climate averages from the Pacific Northwest all the way down to California, as very cold conditions dominate the weather. Thank you for listening to today's weather brief. Goodbye.